Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Bornancin here, CEO and founder of Seamless.AI. I'm with one of our customers and users, Wade Brogdon from LogMeIn. He is a top sales executive that has had an incredible journey from being a top sales executive, using databases, and then using Seamless and accomplishing extraordinary sales results and winning, becoming one of the top sales reps at LogMeIn, winning club. And I'm just excited to hear his story. Wade reached out and he's like, hey, you got to hear this story of all the results that I generated. So we're here today. Wade, thank you so much for joining us today.
You bet, Brandon. Yeah, love the platform. Love what you guys do. Obviously, been following you for a few years, and it was really a great 2019. You know, it's kind of a record year. It started really aggressively using Seamless in 2018, and then 2019 was my first full sales cycle year of leveraging the platform. And I finished number one in mid-market at LogMeIn. Club. Got the extra bonus on top, the extra 25%.
First off, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So literally, before using Seamless at the beginning of 2018, were you in the mid-market still?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yep.
How many reps are in mid-market?
Well, on the new business side of our business, about 100. All things considered, 100, 120, depending on how you define it. But we'll just call it 100, even 100.
Awesome. 100, and then like in 2016, 2017, before 2018, what was your annual sales quota per year, you think?
Yeah, it was right around $500,000 new bookings. We do it a little unique on our side, kind of recurring revenue and add-ons. We don't really count towards because we were in the new business segment. So it was right around $500K a year was our quota.
Go whale hunting, bring in the whales, and then the farmers get to farm and eat it.
And even some of the stuff we hunt, the farmers still get, and we don't get credit for, but that's okay. We just wanted all the new stuff on the day they sign, and so it was our numbers were a bit deceiving as far as like the value that we actually brought in for the company was more than what our quota or what we get credit for. But it was a great year. I finished, I think it was 2019. I finished 172% to goal. And so from 2018 and 2019, I've sold over $1 million leveraging Seamless.AI. And compared to other products out there, and I had a cup of coffee at Oracle back 5 years ago.
Congratulations. That means we got to get your 7-figure President's Club Award.
I'll put it right there.
Dude.
Yep.
Oh man, I can't wait. Hey, you know what's after this is the 8-figure Club Award. That's 10 million in sales.
That better be next. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
I'm counting on it.
I'll get you the application, fill this out, and this video will do it, but we'll get the award so you can hang it on the wall, and then let's get you to 8 as fast as possible. So
as quickly as possible. Better for me, better for you. Definitely.
And for the audience, like to back up just real quick, who are you? Like, what do you sell? I totally forgot that part.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So, LogMeIn, a lot of people have maybe heard of the company, but aren't familiar with the products that is under the parent umbrella. So I was in the communications collaboration segment of LogMeIn, which included GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, our telephony systems like Jive Communications and Open Voice. And so it was really they're calling it UCaaS or Unified Communications as a Service. And so I was in that, selling those products to, again,
basically
I'm in enterprise now. Yeah.
To the mid-market.
Exactly. Yeah. So we would overlay like our identity products like LastPass and things like that, but we were focused on communication products and things like that. So that's what I was selling mainly. And like I said, mid-market. So we're talking companies of about 3,000 employees and below. And now I'm in enterprise, kind of made the jump partially because of the performance in the last couple of years, but thank you. And so, the platform kind of leveraging it was invaluable. It's really hard to get accurate data, especially on companies in the mid-market. People are changing roles all the time. You have to have up-to-date information. Otherwise, you're just really kind of stuck searching LinkedIn all day. And a lot of these companies, they kind of, especially in IT departments, it's not really reliable on LinkedIn either. These guys aren't updating their profiles maybe once every 6 years when they're looking for a new job. So, and so definitely leveraging, Seamless and some other, not other databases, but other platforms like some email marketing tools and things kind of definitely helped me kick it into the next gear last year. Yeah.
That's amazing. So between 2018 to now, how many in sales would you say you've generated? Because you said you made the 7-figure club, which is amazing. In just 2 years, how much in sales do you think you've done?
Yeah, it's over $1 million. It's about 1.2 million. Again, in new business bookings, not in add-ons or anything like that. Net new logos, is what we count. That's what counts on our team. So, is a lot of value to the company and myself personally. It led to the first 6-figure commission check, a monthly commission check that I've had. So it was a good year.
So you got one of these in 1 month, huh?
Yep. Absolutely.
That's amazing. It's funny, when I first got my first 6-figure commission check using Seamless, that's when I quit the next month, because I'm like, I want every salesperson to win one of these in 1 month. When you get a 6-figure commission check in 1 month, your life changes. It's incredible.
Big time. Oh, it set us up. It's allowing my family to
no disrespect. I broke down and had a few tears when that first happened to me. Was it an emotional moment for you when you first made 6 figures in 1 month?
Well, seeing the taxes was an emotional moment, but no, I'm kidding. No, absolutely. I won't say it's whole life changing, but definitely for the next few years, it does change our life. We're going to be we're probably moving houses soon, my wife and I, and it's going to allow us a lot of flexibility in that, a lot of stress out of our lives. We're getting ahead on student loan payments because she's almost a doctor. In 3 months, she'll be a doctor finally. And so, it changed. Yeah, it definitely changed. As a salesperson, it feels great to get reliable commission checks each month. If it's $5,000, if it's $10,000 a month, it's a great income. You're providing for your family, for yourself. You can buy some fun toys every now and then. But when you really can leverage a platform to bring home, and that is for pretty much anybody, a life-changing amount of money in one lump sum. You can set yourself up for emergency funds. You can set yourself up for career flexibility if you have a down quarter, which it always happens. It does. I consider myself a good rep. I'm reliable, consistent, but even I, just like in baseball, I'll go over 15 every now and then. It's not a problem. Just get back up there. So it allows you flexibility in your life to just kind of stay the course, So
it's amazing. We
invaluable, man.
Happier that, and I don't want this to be about us, but it's just our mission was to empower the world to connect to opportunity and get every single user to the 7-figure club as fast as humanly possible. And just hearing I was able to go from 0 with using Seamless to generating over 1.2 million in sales. That's what we live for. And then I'm dead serious. We got to figure out what do we need to do and what can we build and what can we help you with to get you. How do we get you to the 8-figure club, the $10 million mark in the next 12 months? And even if you just miss, who cares? You went from 1 to 8. That's amazing, man. We couldn't be happier. And what would you say are the biggest, just to wrap it up, what are the biggest drivers from when you were using, old outdated databases to using Seamless? Why the massive increase in sales, appointments, and revenue? What are the big differentiators that you saw immediately?
I think there's a couple things. So on the legacy platforms, and I mentioned briefly, I had a stint at Oracle, and they're famous for using Hoovers, and that database is just it's so challenging to manipulate and to really get some reliable information. Again, for the segment, look, for enterprise, Hoovers and plenty of other databases can work. Just like Seamless can work for it as well. But for the whole market, your total addressable market, companies that are 10 employees, companies that are 100,000 employees. You use Seamless, you can get all of the accurate information and not spin your wheels. And so when you can rely upon that, you stick to it. So your daily or your weekly cadence, and mine became running it through the database, making sure I have the right information, and not spending 6 hours with my SDR trying to call the wrong person. Or the guy doesn't even work there anymore, and it takes us 2 days to figure that out. It's a really common thing. And so that was part of it. The other part of it, and I'm not going to toot your own horn too much here, Brandon, but when you're on the Seamless platform, you follow all the social, you are really motivational, you and your team, and the continued consistent posts on social, and also sending out little tidbits on some things that, even a seasoned sales rep, maybe you forget that, a specific sales technique or a tactic that might be helpful in a deal you're working on. So when you're a part of the community and you're following all this, and it's a part of your daily stack, I check the Wall Street Journal, I'll check Instagram, all the people I like following. And so when you see that, it really does bring some value. So
no, that's awesome.
I think those are the biggest things the last couple of years, definitely.
And that's why, we've got the mastermind and we're bringing everyone into it, because these top achievers, how hard it is, to maintain and to keep going, to go from 6 to 7, 7 to 8 figures in sales, whether it's just in sales results or on your W-2, it's really hard. The amount of discipline, the amount of activity, the amount of execution, the amount of strategy. And we wanted to just create this safe environment where, I don't know about you, but every time I was winning in my life, a lot of people in my network were always wishing that I would fail. And yeah. I didn't want, I was always the guy that always wanted well for everyone else, but my friends would always wish the worst for me when I was doing well. And I'm like, let's just create this amazing community that just I'm against myself every day. I'm not against Wade. We both need to be successful because our success elevates each other. And, that's why we launched the mastermind and the sales system that, you're aware of and leverage. And then obviously Seamless.AI. So that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that has a big impact. And we're building those things also into the platform. Daily accountability, daily newsletter, daily KPI tracking, daily scripts, strategies, secrets. So that way, what are all the secrets from people like you, people like me, everyone we know in the top 1% that are making 7 figures in sales, 8 figures in sales, so that we can learn from it and then get to the next level. So that way, when we ship this to you next week and get your award.
It's going right here. I'm not joking. Yeah. It's going to go right there.
I wish you would have told me, well, we didn't actually have these awards. When you made over 6 figures in sales, I wish I would have known about it, because I would have gotten you the gold. But we just launched that club about 4 months ago, finally. It took a while. Those awards are about $1,000 each. They're so expensive.
Jeez.
I just think it's worth it. I think it's worth it for our users. You got to go all in on the success of our top salespeople. That's amazing. And then any piece of advice for anyone that's evaluating Seamless, our tribe and community, or maybe they just purchased, or maybe they're evaluating Seamless versus other provide databases versus our real-time B2B sales search engine and AI engine. What advice do you have when you were there, using these databases, thinking about switching to this real-time search engine? Any feedback or advice you have for people?
So first off, if you're in sales leadership, just try it. Seriously. Don't listen to the bureaucracy within your org. Don't listen to your director, your VP that says, oh no, we use Hoovers, or we use something else. You have to do that. Go ahead and try it on your own without going through the official channels. We can do trials, or you can just put it through petty cash and go ahead and do it. That was key for our success, because again, selling internally is also really challenging. To me, it's usually more challenging than selling externally. I can sell our products no problem.
You guys are over $1 billion. Yeah, so selling anything at $1 billion enterprise is tough.
Yeah. And so the bureaucracy exists, and we're not having an honest conversation. We don't admit that. And so go ahead and try it. If you're a frontline sales manager, just do it for your team. Likewise, if you're a rep, in order to be good, if you're already performing as good as you can, you have to be creative and you have to do things differently. And so go ahead and take out a personal subscription if your business won't do it, and then show your other reps once you've proven that you start going up the leaderboard. It'll work if you have more reliable information and you can cut down 3, 4, 5 hours of your day instead of spinning your wheels on contacts. You get to the right people and you start doing demos instead of cold calling blocks. It's a huge impact. And so the subscription fee of Seamless is going to seem like nothing when you're booking 2 extra demos a week or whatever it adds up to. So I would say those 2 classifications of folks, you got to just try it. You got to get on the platform to really see it yourself, because you can listen to guys like me and Brandon talk about it all day long, but until you start seeing it in your W-2, it's not going to really matter to you. So get there. And then for anybody who's checking this out, that's trialing it or demoing it right now, reach out to guys like me and Brandon. I mean, Brandon's really accessible, but he's obviously a busy guy. But there's guys like me in the network that use the product, that have been committed to this company for many years, and that know it really well, know the foundation, where it started, where it's coming from, and where it's going. Reach out to us, and we're absolutely happy to help and share everything that we know about it. So that's kind of how I'd end it on the advice to folks looking into it.
That's amazing, man. Well,
yeah.
From, being behind the pack to being number 1 out of about 120 salespeople in mid-market at a $1.2 billion company. So you literally got to, this was the year where you got to walk on stage at President's Club. Like, what happened? Walk me through, just to wrap it up, walk me through that experience.
Yeah, so they kind of they do it in a couple batches, but I went up in the 25-25 club, and what that is President's Club plus if you hit over 125% of your number, you get 25% additional bonus from what your expected bonus was going to be, what your expected OT. And so I went up in that club. There was a few of us that got it, but being recognized by the CEO and the head of sales on stage at our SKO down in Orlando this year was something special. And President's Clubs in Maui this year at the Four Seasons. We'll get to go for a couple days. My wife graduates literally 3 days after it, so we got to get back quickly. But it was a really, really cool feeling in front of your colleagues. Yeah, and there it is. You got to send it to me, man.
I can't wait to get this to you, man. That's what this is all about. Like, this, it's not about the money of the company or whatever. It's about helping people make. The more money that we can help you make, the more impact that you can make. Like, whether it's your personal life, professional life, your customers, whatever. I love that. Maui sounds amazing. That's when I was 16, I went to my first President's Club with my father, and that was when I was introduced to sales. Dude, it's magical. And in terms of cash, like before 2018, and you could get ballparks, right? Yeah. What were you making on like your W-2? And then like, feel free to give ballparks, like what the increase was to what you were making with the monthly 6-figure commission checks after 2019.
It's kind of, I'll just give ballparks, but it's just like this: 1, 2, 3. In 2018 it's in the ones, and or 2017 it's in the 1, 2018 in the 2, 2019 was in the 3s, and so it's been pretty linear, right up the chain like that, and hope to keep it going. Like I mentioned to you, the company's going through some reorgs, so again, I can't be unreasonable to myself or to the company, but when you start making that kind of income, and a sales leader that since left the company, but he shared this with me a couple years ago once I started getting my feet under me and performing well. He said, once you get a taste of that, it's really hard to give it up. And not that people are going to give it to you. It's just you have extra motivation to keep going. And so I'm leveraging every tool at my disposal to keep it rolling, man. It's the good life, that's for sure.
And that's awesome. And it sounds like Seamless is that number 1 tool for you to just go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then hopefully 3 to. I want to do 3 to 5.
I do too. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, on behalf of the entire team at Seamless, congratulations. We love to hear that. You get to pay off the debt. You get to buy a new house. You get to make over 6 figures in sales commissions in 1 month, and just the life changes, the decrease in stress. It's awesome that you agree. You're just one list away from the life you want, the marriage you want, the family you want, the cars, the vacations you want, everything in your life is just one list away. And we're thrilled to help you along that journey. And we'll get this award shipped out to you ASAP. Hang that on the wall. We'll get this out to you in the next week.
Cool. Awesome.
I'll get your application just to make sure we've got the right name and how you want to put it out and everything. And then we'll figure out the Diamond Club for the 8-figure award for you. And just want to thank you again, man. Keep the feedback coming. We want to hear about all the features, the functionality that you want and need. We're obsessed with helping you automate all of your endless manual list building, prospecting, CRM data entry, and appointment setting work so that you could wake up every day, automate all of that work, automate all of your list building, flood the counter with 5 to 10 appointments a day, and then generate millions in sales. So on behalf of the team, Wade, thank you so much. And I truly appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, excited to keep working together and keep doing big things. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Good luck this year. Cheers.